Yeah, hey everyone, Brian with you from TheGameCommon, and we are doing our AI-only championship series here in Civ 6. We are in the fall 2020, and we have moved on now to group stage 5 of 6. So we're almost through the group stages, and then after that we got the second chance rounds, and then after that we got the knockout rounds, and that will lead into the finals. So here you go. We got Gitarja, we got Shinshi, we got Chandragupta, we got Teddy, we got Genghis, we got Amberex, the Gauls, we got Christina, we got Catherine, and this is the magnificent version of her, and we got Mali with Mansa. So we actually have two of the specific leaders. Both of the previous leaders here for Teddy and Catherine both failed. We'll see if their alternate personalities do any better. I'm hoping Teddy's going to do a little bit better. You know what? I'm actually going to give Teddy the sexy white, because I love the sexy white. And then we actually don't have any blue here with her, so yeah, congratulations. And actually, I really like the blue and red. Now, is that going to confuse me, because we're going to see like the blue and red and think it's Teddy? Yeah, there is a chance that happens. Actually, you know what? Yeah, there's already so much over the red. Let's not touch it. Now, what's interesting about this is Teddy is lined up next to Genghis Khan. This means there's probably a good chance that they will actually spawn near each other, which is going to be kind of crazy, especially since potentially Chandragupta and Gauls could all be in that same area. So there's the map seed, random seed. Everything is turned on still for the rest of the group stages. So I think with that, let's go ahead and load into the game, and I'll be right back. All right, there's a squirrel outside. This should be interesting. Oh, he's taunting Parker. Anyways, let's get into the game here. So we have continent map with the Bermuda Triangle right in the middle. That's interesting. That's a huge, like, they're actually pretty much connected here with like the largest ocean in the middle, and then like what, one random tile here in the middle of nowhere. This is like one of the most interesting. I don't know I've ever seen a map where it's like literally just two land masses and one extra tile. Anyways, let's see. On the eastern continent, we have these are the Gauls over there, and then we have Mali to the direct east of them with like this interesting yellow. It's like in yellow green. That's kind of ugly. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the neon green. Like, personally, I hate the color neon green, but with the yellow, I mean, it's terrible. It looks ugly, but, you know, I don't know. It's unique, I guess, and maybe that's why I like it. And then we got Mongolia down here south with Indonesia right on their butt. Okay, so Mongolia actually has Indonesia right next to them, which, yeah. Also, a lot of ley lines on this map, which we're going to talk about here because they announced the December 2020 patch. And so I'm sure at some point in this group stage, we'll go ahead and address what's happening with that. Then we got Teddy with the red. I thought I gave you the white. Could have sworn I gave you the white. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I didn't. And then we have Sweden over here to the east. I did reload the game. Maybe I forgot to actually save the white, and that's what happened. Yeah, I guess I must have did that because France is actually white. And then we got Calcutta over here with India, Chandragupta. And it looks like France is actually going on the offensive against Chandragupta. Interesting. Yeah, you kind of imagine that one going the other way. So we're going to have some early aggression here for sure. Most likely between Mongolia and Indonesia. Actually, the Gauls are going straight for China. Totally missed that China was here in the middle. And then, the Gauls got the Gestate, or I think that's how you pronounce them. So they're looking pretty aggressive right now. Things are not looking too good for India. I was actually going to wonder. So, all right, so Chandragupta was actually third in the list, and they ended up with the vampires. I was actually thinking about that. I was like, I wonder if either Chandragupta or Shinshi, China, was going to end up with the vampires. And it was actually Chandragupta. All right, so the Gauls ended up burning down China's second city. Or was that their third? Either way, that's going to set them back. Calcutta looks like it may fall. They are also tweaking how this the AI raises cities here with the next December 2020 patch, which sounds really interesting, except for the fact that I'm not entirely sure why and what reasonings they raise cities now. So, you know. All right, so Vampire Chandragupta ended up losing Calcutta. And France looks like they're gonna probably be able to hold on to it, but Chandragupta is starting to pop out a lot more troops, so there might be a take back on this. Mali is kind of independent right now. They're not really getting involved. China is starting to push back a little bit, but, you know, I don't see that really changing much. Now, Mongolia is being invaded by Indonesia. Indonesia already has 4 freaking cities up, dude. What? I guess everyone has 4 cities at this point. Not everyone. Not everyone. Yeah, okay. Some have 4 cities. Like, you only have 4 cities because you conquered one. America and Sweden are both being kind of passive. America does have some barbarians, but that shouldn't stop them here. Will Indonesia be successful? They do have to deal with these archers here. They do still have a couple units left, but I think Mongolia might just have enough to be able to counteract them, especially with these multiple archers. I mean, no, they might actually. They're going to ninja it. Yeah, they're going to be able to ninja it here. Interesting. Will they raise it to the ground? I think they'll hold it because I think it's close enough to hold. Interesting. So immediately we see China and Mongolia, two of the stronger civs in the game, both lose a city, as well as Chandragupta. Actually, two of the most aggressive civs actually got destroyed by their less aggressive neighbor. Okay, this is a weird one. This is definitely a weird one, but that's fine. France is going to be able to hold on to it. They got archers, and I don't really see much happening here with India. Question is, who is popping off these heroes right now? Mongolia got Beowulf. That is going to be helpful. Especially if he's going to take it back, because Beowulf's going to be he's going to be pretty high damage at this point. 34 combat strength, so he's almost essentially a swordsman right now. There are only spearmen as the best unit here, so if he utilizes Beowulf right here, he should be able to take his stuff back. I was going to say he also had a couple farms there to pillage, but they all disappeared. Especially with these archers, he should be able to grab it back. I will actually be kind of shocked here if Mongolia is not able to grab it back. It would be very much bad AI, which, you know, happens. China's going and putting a town down exactly where they lost the last one. Good for them. Hey, if at first you don't succeed, try again. What are you doing? Okay, bad AI play. Cool. What happened to Beowulf, by the way? Arthur and Sun. No, he's out here. Where'd he go? What happened to Beowulf? Also, what are you doing? You had the city surrounded, man. Oh, he's right here. Why? Why? Oi. That's the time the AI frustrates me. That's about the only time. Like, I understand the AI is never going to be perfect, but like, at least until the AI is ruling the world. But that's when the AI frustrates me, is it's like they have the advanced position, then give it up. India might actually take their capital or their city back here. They ended up levying someone's troops. I think Lisbon is what it appears. And they did end up grabbing Calcutta back. Interesting. The funny thing is France is still pretty powerful here as well. So that's a little surprising, all things considered. Yeah, they're about equal. So everyone ended up in a golden age, so no surprise there. Teddy's at 5 cities. Christina's only at 4, although they're throwing 5 down. Chandragupta's only at 3 right now. And France is only at 4 as well, although didn't they have another settler rolling around? Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities here. And actually, so China ended up settling in a slightly different spot, I think, right? I think that's a little bit different of a spot. And then Gaul ended up settling right next to them. And then Mali is dealing with barbarians. They're at 4 cities. China's at only 3. They got the wall going up, but in the wrong direction. Gauls are at 5. Indonesia is still holding on to Mongolia's city. Mongolia is only at 3. Indonesia's at 5. Dude, go Indonesia. I like it. I like it. I like it. I mean, I love seeing the underdogs, and I love Indonesia. She's one of my favorite civs, so. The funny thing is, she's not as good as she used to be at one point. Like, the reason I love Indonesia was because of the crazy pips you could get with the kapungs. But now, like, there are so many civs that give you, or even just with, like, volcanoes and stuff like that, you can get just such ridiculous tiles that, like, the kapungs are just kind of, like, not as, you know, great. So probably my love for Indonesia, I would say if I started playing the game now, I wouldn't like Indonesia as much as, you know, I did. Just because she would be a little less impressive. All right, France is still pushing here. As long as he's got these troops levied, India's fine. If anyone actually takes Lisbon from him, there is going to be some issues. Yeah, he might end up immediately starting to lose. Like, has almost no troops to his name. He's got, what, a vampire and then 3 warriors and an archer? Not a lot, not a lot. America's actually a little weak here. He's got vampires as well. All right. So number 3 and number 4 picked vampires. Okay, so but still, we have seen 2 and 3 every single time get vampires. There's got to be some. I don't know. There's some formula for this determination of what they're picking. Like, this just can't be dumb luck now. At what, 5 straight times we've had either number 2 or number 3 become vampires. Like, surely, there's got to be something doing that, right? All right, so Mongolia's got walls up in their 3 remaining cities, and they're about to put city number 4 down, but they're immediately running out of room. Remember when we, like, literally started this, what, like 5 minutes ago, and I was like, poor Indonesia, it was nice knowing you. And then here you go, Mongolia actually getting crapped on. Goes to show you, don't write anyone off right now. Now, obviously, a couple things that can still happen here. Mongolia has not gotten their unique unit. Once they start getting their unique unit, we have seen Mongolia struggle early game until they get that unit. And really, I think I even said Mongolia just needs to hold on until they get their unique unit up, because once they get their unique unit, it just really starts changing the game. But we'll see. Does their unique unit actually require resources? It's actually a really good question. I assume so. The Keshig. Don't they have another one too, right? Yeah, it does require horses. They, I think, have a bias towards spawning next to horses. I think. Combat strength. I thought they had another one. I thought they had another one. Maybe not. Maybe not. So, anyways, he has a chance to capture. But wait, does he only have a chance to capture cav units? Genghis has a chance to capture defeated enemy cav units, which actually is a problematic because Indonesia is not building any cav. She has one over there. Yeah, that actually is maybe the biggest way to counter. Just build a bunch of spearmen. Now, Keshkir is flipping, but you know, it's a slow one. Oh, hey, Wuhan's in the game. Uh-oh. Avoid Wuhan. Barbarians might actually burn down one of Gaul's cities. Actually would be hilarious. Nah, Barbarians pulled a really bad move there. Lots of Gestate there, though. And they're fine. They're fine. Also, it looked like I saw a Barbarian Vampire there for a second, and I was like, what? Okay, so this is still pretty much normalized. It looks like everything is kind of, like, normalized now. Mongolia is still holding their 3 cities. I think they will be able to take back Keshkir. Ooh, Indonesia's actually now losing because of a bunch of barbarians, which is giving Mongolia a huge opportunity. Unfortunately, he's not at war anymore. No, he is. Why is he not going for it? He could easily have the city surrounded. She doesn't have walls up or anything. We should take a look here at the particular tech tree. Teddy is #1 in science, which is one of the reasons Teddy tends to be very, very good. Where are the walls? Masonry is kind of in the default path, especially if you're going for heavy chariot. But Indonesia, we saw, was not really going too heavy into calves, so that might be why she doesn't have walls yet. But then again, no one else really has walls. It looks like Teddy is at war now. Yeah, Teddy is at war with Sweden, although this is a little far away. Sweden doesn't have walls, so, I mean, well, she's starting to build walls. So until those walls actually finish, he has a chance. He has a chance. What would his vampires be at? 36, because he has swordsmen already. Okay. Did we actually see horses over here? I assume so. I mean, he's got horsemen, so clearly he has horses somewhere over here. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I don't see the horses. They might be actually under the city. Also keep in mind, people have mentioned, hey, go search for things, but the search does not work. Even when the game is paused, we'll try it again. Maybe with DirectX 12 it's different, but like we've tried it so many times and like the searching just never works. It doesn't work because there's something just with the internal engine switching times or switching turns that it just can never finish the search. But then even when the game's paused, we can never get a search off either when we've tried it. At least in the past. Once again, the only thing that's different now than in the past is DirectX 12, and I don't think that would actually make a difference, but we'll see. We'll see, we'll see. I mean, the game runs smoother, so maybe. Himiko, actually over here for Chandra Gupta. Himiko with the freaking vampires and the Varu. Dude, I actually didn't even consider this. Holy crap. Dude, vampires with Varu. Because the Varu come out fairly early. And I mean, anything to give you extra combat strength early game. Because if you have Oligarchy Legacy, that vampire, or just Oligarchy rather, that vampire is rolling with a 44 combat strength. That's pretty significant. Yeah, up until musketmen start popping out and stuff like that, or even knights. Like, that means your vampire can basically fight head-to-head with a knight. I mean, obviously you would, you know, not necessarily win the battle, but hey, you can at least not get immediately destroyed, so that's an interesting combination that I've never considered yet, I guess. Mali's just kind of over here by themselves doing their whole thing and own thing and not really being too interrupted right now. Gaul and Teddy's in first and second, respectively. Teddy's got a lot of cities. Teddy's got a whole lot of cities. That might actually come back to bite him when it comes to city flipping. We'll see. I mean, he's popping out the wonders right now. And by the wonders, he's got, what, 1? How many wonders does he have? No, he has 3. So the more wonders he gets, the less likely he is to get a Dark Age. Doesn't look like anything flipped for Teddy. Yeah, okay, so Gitaja, Mongolia, China, and France all got Dark Ages. That France Dark Age is pretty catastrophic. Wow, they were doing so well there. It is flipping right back, and it looks like they are going to be able to hold it. Okay, here you go, example. Luxury resource, search. Nothing ever happens. So, you know, search bar doesn't work. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now, Mongolia and Indonesia are in a very bad spot right now. So Keshkir, which was Indonesia's town that flipped, is flipping to Mongolia. And then Ulaanbaatar, which was Mongolia's town, is now flipping to Indonesia. They're basically just trading. Who is this better for? Well, clearly Mongolia. Bigger city, more districts. And they both have one district. Still, I think that's better for Mongolia because this city won't be hard to take here in the future. I mean, it's not like Indonesia can really even land troops there. Like, you have to go into the city center, which is not going to be easy. And really, you have to get rid of the barbarians before you can even think about that. And then number two, you got a city here, which can very easily get walls. And then once it has the walls, you basically are extraordinarily well defended here in the future. So yeah, that's going to work for them. Wuhan flipped, went independent. As far as we know, there's no bats in Wuhan, so that's good. That's good, that's good, that's good. And then gulls are fine up here. And then everything's fine over there. Why am I making... I should not be making COVID jokes. It's too real right now, Brian. That's why I have to joke about it, because it's too real. My gosh, and things are just, like, so terrible. And, like, everyone around here, like, everyone I know is just so apathetic towards everything right now. And it's just like, no! Would you do what you're doing in March? No, so why are you doing it now? Why are you going to Christmas parties? Like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And I've actually, like, I think half of my family on my mom's side has, like, pretty much caught it at this point. Luckily, no one's had a serious case, but it's almost like odds at that point. Even if it's, like, a really low chance of dying, like, every time someone you know gets sick, the more likely someone is gonna die of it, which is just, like, a scary thought. Luckily, as far as I know, my parents, who are in the at-risk category, they've been safe, so... that's all that I care about right now. Anyways, back to the game. Let's actually talk about, since we're kind of in a low point. So they did announce that they are releasing a December 2020 patch. Now, this is an awkward time because it's like we're smack dab in the middle of the series. And it's like one of the main reasons why we keep pushing this series back and back and back is because like there was always another update. Oh, Jambi's actually flipping here too. Now, Mongolia's fine, although they might not be if Jambi flips. Nah, they'll be okay. When is this happening, though? That's happening in 6 turns. That's happening in 3 turns. So Jambi's gonna be fine then. Once that flips over to Indonesia, they're both gonna be fine. Wuhan is also flipping, but it's going over to China again. Okay, so really there was not too many major flips. Gauls are losing their town, though, which is really strange because you got a golden age. Yeah, that is a really weird one. Huh. So that's just like a normal era flip. Like a golden age flip. Weird. But anyways, my big concern is they are doing some balancing with this game, and so hopefully it's not going to come and really make any major differences. They did say that they were updating the ley lines, hopefully making it a little like easier to find ley lines or something. I don't know. They said they were updating that. They also are reducing the strength of melee units against anti-cav. It's only going to be a +5 bonus now instead of a +10 bonus, which is pretty significant. It's going to make spearmen significantly stronger. The thing that I'm actually slightly worried about is I would have to say I think barbarians are maybe a little on the overpowered side right now. They tend to go up and down based on the patch. Like, there was a time where the barbarians were just stupid. Then there was a time where the barbarians were just really weak and kind of hilarious. And now I think they're trending a little more towards the overpowered side. Like, it's not too bad. Like, maybe closer to balanced than overpowered, but I'm very, very much concerned that, you know, with this balance patch, it's going to make them a lot stronger. Because the thing is, you know, if you take your warrior over to go blow up a spearman, you're no longer getting a +10 combat strength. You're only getting the +5 combat strength, which is going to make it even harder, especially if they get the full fortification bonus. So if they are fully fortified on a plains hill or a hill with a forest or a rainforest on it, they're going to get the +6 for ideal terrain. They're going to get +6, I think, for being fully fortified. Plus, then you're only getting and they're spearmen compared to your warrior, so they already have 5 extra combat strength. So essentially, they're going to be what, like 10, 11, 12 up on your warrior. It's going to be really hard to actually kill them. So I'm slightly worried about that. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know, they're not able to fortify or something, but we'll see. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. If they make it ridiculously overpowered, then, you know, I'm sure they'll have to balance it again. So France has a couple wonders over here. And by a couple, they have at least one. How's everyone looking right now? France is near the bottom. Genghis Khan is actually at the bottom. Has Genghis popped out his unique unit yet? He did finally get a forced city. Way up there. And that one's flipping. I mean, at this point, he's struggling because of just the layout. Now, Ulaanbaatar is going to flip to him eventually. Probably. Probably. He needs to get his cities a little bit bigger, though. He is popping out wonders, and he is popping out Milan. Hey, that's pretty ironic, actually. Because, yeah, Milan was Mongolia, right? It's been a minute since I saw the cartoon. Or the movie. Sorry. The cartoon movie. Not the live action one. I refuse to see it after Lion King. So you're flipping to China. Ooh, China actually got a free city here via Gauls. Weren't Gauls in number 2? They were. Now Christina's actually number 1 and Teddy's number 2. Christina's probably got the wonder. Actually, you know, we didn't even look at the religion. Gaul, Sweden, China, France, and Indonesia. So Teddy actually missed out on a religion. That's gonna suck. So they got equal wonder score, but then yeah, you got the 34 religious score. Empire size is exactly the same. Civics are almost the exact same. Great people are close enough. Technology is close enough. So yeah, I mean, basically it comes down to the religion versus no religion right now. And then if we're looking here at Gauls, they do have a little bit of a religion, but they don't have as much wonders, and their empire is a little bit smaller. Who's gonna have the largest empire score? I mean, honestly, Mali has potential here. Especially if they settle up here. Same thing with the Gauls. Both of them have a lot of room up here to the north. Now, there are barbarians, so it's not going to be like an easy grab. But right now, both of them are playing from behind. So it's not as if it's a sure thing at this point. What was the other thing they announced in the patch? I'm trying to think if there was anything else major that's happening. My only concern is, so ideally, we're going to try making sure that like any group stage or whatever is finished before the balance patch hops in. The thing that would be most disappointing though is like, let's say Mongolia got a balance and then like we literally just finished Mongolia, you know, like we just finished this group stage. Like, let's say the balance patch, which I don't think they put a date on it, but let's say it came out like the day after we finished this group stage and it had like major changes to Mongolia. It'd be like, well then, especially since it might actually probably come out during our second chance series. So some civs might actually get eliminated before the balance patch, which it is what it is at this point. We're just gonna have to live with it. When I started this, it was like, well, this is probably gonna happen. We're gonna try doing our best to make sure like it's not gonna be like episode 1 on the old patch and then episode 2 on the new patch. You know, we're gonna try making sure that the patches are or the patch comes out in between stages. So we'll see. Hopefully it's near the end of the month, which it probably will be, which means at that point we should be pretty well into the second chance rounds. I mean, we've been cruising here through these group stages because we're doing 3 days per group stage, which then puts us 5 more days away, which would put us not even at the 15th yet when I'm recording this. So that I think would be the 14th. So yeah, so if it's on the 20-something, we'll probably get through 2 to 3 of this. Well, that's true, because the second chance rounds. Now, that's going to be interesting. With 7 players, are we going to be able to do it in 2 episodes, or are we going to have to do it in 3 episodes? I still think we should go to turn 315 on the second chance rounds. When we do the knockout stages, the reverse knockout rounds, rather, we tend to knock the timer down a little bit, just because... just to make it a little more rapid fire. But anyways, we're at 22 minutes. Let's keep going. I actually thought we were going to wrap the episode up there, but we're only at 22 minutes. Parker's playing with her bone on the windowsill, so if you hear loud noises, that's her. Mongolia is actually out of money. Wow, that's interesting. We're also near the end of an era. Yeah, 9 turns. Okay. I mean, I literally say this every single time, but I want to say this is going to be key, which in some ways, yes, is very much key because, you know, if you get a dark age, it can be really, 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 really bad. As of the straw poll, it looked like it was, what, 70-30 when I looked recently for people keeping on the second chance or the the dramatic ages mode. Like I said, we're gonna do what I said. We're gonna go ahead and turn it off for the second chance rounds, but I'm really still leaning towards turning it back on for the knockout rounds. And the thing is, the knockout rounds, it won't make much of a difference because they're going to be so rapid fire. We only do like 200 turns. And like, as you can see, we're at turn 121. And yeah, we've had a couple dark ages, but nothing too catastrophic. There will probably be 1 or 2 civs that get just absolutely destroyed by the dramatic ages, but it won't have that big of a difference. Really, the biggest thing would come down to the finals. And I think it's worth it. I really do think it's worth it. Just because it is another... Like, yeah, it's luck-based to an extent, but like, and I hear the one argument, the one real strong argument against it is the fact that is, let's say you're extremely strong, like let's say you're China right now and you're doing really, really, really good job, but then everyone next to you just ends up getting, doing terrible, and they all become free cities, and all of a sudden you start losing your territories. I mean, yes, that is an argument against it, but, you know, I still think you would still even kind of need a Dark Age yourself to really make that happen. I don't know there's ever been, we've not seen one of these civs that has been running away with the game actually end up dying, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. You might have to correct me on that. I say that with such certainty, and then immediately I'm like, I have no certainty in that. You have spies up already. Dang, dude. And Cav. Wow. And the Caroline. The Caroline, I guess, is Niskaman. That's not so surprising. Actually, Teddy has the Cav. Dude, what is your yield right now? Holy crap. 126. Huh. That feels really early. There must be pretty easy path then to Cav. No, not really. Not really. He's just been getting all the techs here. I guess, you know, maybe what it is there's a lot of tech. Okay, so Mali, France, Sweden, Gauls, Teddy, India all got Dark Ages. The only ones with Golden Ages, Genghis, Indonesia, and China. Basically the small ones. Interesting. Interesting. But what I was gonna say about the tech is, like, having so many techs and these same lines might make it a little easier, because there's probably not any, like, randomly... You know, having a bunch of techs here is a lot better than having a bunch of techs here kind of thing. So this just ultimately makes it a little easier to get more techs. If that makes sense. My brain is not 100% working today. Los Angeles flipped and Karlstad flipped. Both are going over to Sweden right now. Teddy has vampires there. They're at 62 combat strength. Yes, because of... Yeah, that's actually interesting. Flipping in 8 turns, too. And I don't think Teddy can do anything about it. We're not going to have really... Mysore flipped over here, but that one's flipping back to India. We're not going to have anything too terrible over here, though. Yeah, nah. This is going to be mostly okay here. You're flipping over to China. Was that Mali? That was Mali, right? Yeah, because China got a golden age. Dude, China's just getting stronger and stronger, having lost their early city. Basically, everyone's been kind of helping them out. And then both of these guys got golden ages, but it didn't really help because the neighbor got dark age, or both got a golden age as well. Gaul, are you gonna be able to take back Bagacum? That's a very weird name, and I realized it as soon as I said it. Maybe this was an extraordinarily famous Gallic city, but I'm just saying, I don't know, as a developer, I would have put that name in the game. Oh, yeah, let's just never say that name again. Okay. Yes. And there goes my family-friendly title. Cool. Teddy, are you going to be able to grab Los Angeles? Oh, it's actually flipping over to him. Alrighty then. He did not lose his place, mostly because everyone else got Dark Ages, so, you know, basically everyone lost the city there. We could really try figuring out who had, like, the more critical city loss, but I didn't even realize Sweden over here with the Patsanati or whatever right next to it. Really, really nice. But then they go ahead and build districts, which, yeah, okay, that's a good district, but that's some sexy freaking coal there, man. Yeah, that would be really sexy cold. What's the point of the Bermuda Triangle? Like, seriously. I mean, I know what happens is the unit gets teleported if you actually go into it, but, like, what's the point of all the science? Like, it's impossible to actually settle. Unless you can make floating cities. Which, yeah, by all means, give me floating cities. That would be freaking awesome. But, like, until that's a thing, this is just worthless. There should be floating cities in the game. There should be. There really should be. Things I want to see now. Floating cities. I still very much would love to see one more era. I really would. And I say this every single time, but like this last era gets a little bit lost. I think if there could just be just one more era, you know, and then you can get things like floating cities and stuff like that. There's just so many cool things at the end of the game that you just never get to see. They'd have to tone down the apocalypse mode a little bit, because even when you're not in apocalypse mode, this tends to trigger way, you know, before, like, it would have to be a little bit slower so that you're not just basically dodging meteors the entire game. I still feel like carbon recapture should be a little earlier in the game, even though, I mean, logistically or realistically, it doesn't make sense. But, you know, for the game standpoint, it would be nice. Ashan's one of the new ones, right? Let's do signs. Oh, yeah, that's the one that replaced Babylon. And this is China going to go conquer it. I mean, yeah, that's great. And they probably would be able to grab Jakarta here eventually as well, which would give them the Great Lighthouse. Eventually. India has not been doing a whole lot once they took back their town. Yeah, they're just kind of peaced. And then we really don't have much war happening here either. I mean, he's still at war. What's their combat strength looking like? But they've really not been doing much. Teddy's a little weak. Christina's even weaker. Which, ironically, what's Chandra at? Okay, so Chandragupta might actually come declare war. And yeah, he's moving troops. That's what's happening. He's gonna come declare. He's at 62 combat strength as well, so he had calf somewhere. But yeah, there you go. So he ended up ninjaing, or because she is so weak, he's deciding to go ahead and declare war. Now, I don't know it's gonna make much of a difference because he doesn't really have any siege units, and we're looking at walls here. And we're looking at medieval walls as well, so yeah, have fun with that. Now, Obero is wide open, no walls there, but still, I would be shocked if they actually ended up... You're at war with Christina. Ironically, you might be... The city-state has a better chance of doing damage than Mongolia, or sorry, Chandragupta. Okay, Ashan is still being sieged down. The Crouching Tigers are helping. And I mean, this is the best way the AI can actually conquer a city-state, or really any other cities. They really need to get a good siege off, and then they need some sort of siege units to actually do some sort of damage. So Jakarta finished the Great Lighthouse. Okay. How's Indonesia doing now? They're up in 5th. They got a decent amount of territory. What they really need to hope for, China's in the golden age, right? Yeah, what they need to hope for is the golden age versus a dark age from China and Mongolia, because then they could get some cities grabbed passively, and that might take them over the top. Mongolia, have they popped out their Keshik yet? I don't think they have. What tech is the Keshik in? Stirrups. Hello. Wrong one. I'm trying to see if he has it yet. That's military science. Did he skip it? No. Search. ST stirrups. It replaces the knight. So he just didn't build it or what? He's got coursers. Oh, you know what it is? He doesn't have iron. Wait, no, but they cost horsies. They don't replace knights either. Yeah, they cost horsies. And he has horsemen, so surely he has horsies, and he does have iron right there. So why doesn't he have any of his unique unit yet? Weird. Oh, that's a little strange. Mali has his unique unit. I think we've seen everyone else's unique unit, right? Because we saw your Crouching Tiger. You have the Kapong, and then you have the ship, right? Indonesia? Pretty sure it's a ship, which, okay. I don't think we've necessarily seen yours, but... Everyone's running on Cav at this point. We saw the Gaul one. We saw the elephants. France has not gotten theirs yet, which, you know, that would be a good time to start pushing on Chandragupta. Actually, you know what could happen here? It's a bit of a low chance, actually, she's building it right now. But there is a chance that he ends up wasting all of his troops trying to take Karlstad, and then ends up really weak, and then France comes here with the Grade Imperiale and just starts conquering. Because it's going to get that plus 10 combat strength, and it's already, what, 60-something? It's so freaking powerful. Imperiale. Let's search with the IMP. IMP, Imperiale. Yeah, it's at 65 and it gets plus 10 combat strength landing on your continent's capital. So that's 75 freaking combat strength. That is ridiculously powerful. It's going to be able to wipe some of these cities here. We'll see. We'll see. And then Teddy at this point is doing good. He just needs to kind of like not screw it up at this point. He's still got enough territory that he's not going to really fall behind anyone score-wise. Number one. Number two, it looks like he was still doing pretty good on wonders. Yeah, I mean, he's up to 75. Tech-wise, he was also leading. Still. No, he's actually now in 4th place. But he has enough tech that he might be okay. It actually looks like he's going for a domination victory now that I say that. Yeah, he has an encampment and 2 different encampment buildings being popped out. Well then. I still think that's okay. But anyways, we're going to wrap this episode up here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, comment, let me know what you think. As always, hit the subscribe button, join the game, comment, share your support. I think this one's still pretty wide open. I mean, there's a chance Mongolia can make a comeback, but dude, if Mongolia goes out, man, that's like all of the ones I went into this series being like, hey, they're a favorite. It's actually getting their butt kicked. And it's not due to the dramatic gauges. Genghis Khan just kind of like just lost to Indonesia. Russia just kind of sucked. Now, Babylon turned out to be really powerful, but we didn't know they were going to be powerful when we started. But anyways, tomorrow we'll see if everything works out or if they can pull things back. Until then, bye, everybody.